You're listening to Civic Media. You can tune into any of our live shows on any radio station across the state with the Civic Media app. Find us in your phone's app store and listen anytime, anywhere.
Good morning. Welcome to Matt Nair on Air. Jane Matt Nair, Greg Bach, and Calvin Butenhoff coming to you live from our home at Radio Park in Racine. You can always join us. Call or text 855-752-4842. Leave a comment if you're watching on the live stream. Good morning, live stream.
Hello.
On Facebook, YouTube, and what used to be Twitter, we are delighted to be joined by our friend and colleague and host of the Dr. Kristen Lyerly Show, Saturdays and Sundays at noon. Spicy Dr. Kristen Lyerly is here. Good morning.
Good morning. I am feeling spicy.
Are you
this
feeling
morning.
spicy? Oh, good.
I am. You know why?
Why?
Because I live in northeastern Wisconsin, and that is where the most ridiculous extremist Republicans live. And they've just, you've probably heard about this. I know you have, Jane. They've just introduced this bill that they're calling a clean water bill, but it is an anti-abortion bill. And it's actually, if it wasn't real, it would be hilarious. It is like something that you would see on The Onion, but then again, that is kind of the world we're living in right now.
It truly is. We live in the upside down. It's insane. Yes, this is from Fox 11 News. Tony Langfellow has the byline. Wisconsin Republicans introduce bill regulating medical waste from at-home abortion pills. The legislation, called Clean Water for All Life, would require patients to capture their medical waste produced by abortion pills. Republicans say it will help protect Wisconsin waterways. Lindy Brill,
She's back.
representative from Sheboygan Falls, Republican, says, quote, it addresses the fact that we have endocrine disruptors that are going into our water on a regular basis in our state and our nation due to women aborting at home, unquote.
Does it, Lindy?
Now,
Does it?
another first of all, no mention of PFAS. We know PFAS are a problem in our water. Talk to the people on French Island who've been drinking bottled water for the last 3 years. We know PFAS exist in our water. We know PFAS are bad for us.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
We tell them that PFAS are a child, like we can use as abortion care. We say that PFAS can be used as a pill, and
Brilliant.
if you take a PFA and you use it as like a morning after pill, then they say, and then they can. I gotta go make billions.
I love this.
We just have to reclassify PFAS and
Yes.
put it somehow
Yes.
into the abortion category, and then Republicans might actually do something about it.
And using their magical thinking, we could make that work. I mean, they're actually, see, within the context of the bill, there are a couple sources that are hyperlinked. And when they talk about endocrine disruption, the source that they hyperlink
Joe Rogan,
goes
please say
to-
Joe Rogan. Please say Joe Rogan.
No. It goes to an article that talks about PFAS. And like,
Seriously?
it doesn't at all talk about medication abortion. And in fact, there is zero evidence that what they ask for in the bill is, first of all, testable. There's not really a way to test for this. And second of all, that it has any sort of an impact.
Say it
We
again.
know that it is, we can't test for it, and it doesn't actually have an impact.
Oh my gosh.
And it's actually hyperlinked within the bill. So if you read the bill and look at the hyperlinks, you'll see that. But apparently Representative Brill didn't look at her own bill when she put it out.
Well, why would you do that?
But that's the thing is we just talked about Representative Brill a few weeks ago because she put forth legislation saying that all drop boxes should be illegal. It was literally a one-line bill. And the whole reason she did it is because she wanted to impress Donald Trump. She is all like, there is no science behind this. There's no research behind this. There's not even like stuck with GOP talking points on the matter of abortion care, access, or like being pro-life. It's all riddled with indiscriminate information that makes no sense whatsoever. And it's sort of a shoulder shrugging. Well, that's what I want to do because you guys don't know. Because Dr. Lyerly, you have to see this all the time because you are a doctor and I am not a doctor. But people just telling you to your face you don't know what you're talking about. I mean, I've seen it on the videos we've done as the three of us, people saying in the comments, she doesn't know what she's talking about. And I look at their profiles, I'm like, oh, look, not a doctor telling a doctor she doesn't know.
I'm just a board certified member of the executive board of the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists.
What do you know?
Which is
Liberal.
over 60,000 OBGYNs all over the world, and the board chair for the Committee to Protect Healthcare, which is a patient-facing advocacy organization of over 40,000 doctors of all specialties, from neurologists to emergency medicine doctors all over the country. But oh, did I mention that I did 4 years of medical school and 4 years of residency and continuing education every single year? And we do drills in the hospital to make sure that we know what we're talking about. I know a few things. And I'm telling you that this ain't right.
If only you were qualified. That wraps up our conversation with Dr. Kristen Lyerly.
Yeah,
We're
but guys,
just
I was
out of
watching
time.
TikTok the other day, and this guy named Bubba Florida guy said that we just need to take our poop and put it in the fridge, and then it will be COVID vaccine.
There you go. We believe
That's what
him.
I was told. I heard
I
it.
do have an idea, though. I think there's something we can do. We can make sure that we get Brill bags so that we've got the actual containers, the Brill bags, to put the stuff in, so that we have what we need at home just in case. And if you need a Brill bag, you should definitely contact your representative in Sheboygan, Lindy Brill,
Yes.
who is the originator of this idea. So Brill bags. And if you're in Northeast Wisconsin, where I am, get yourself a Jacque in the box, because that's the senator companion. So get a Jacque in the box so that just in case you happen to have contents that come out of your uterus and you need to catch them, you'll be prepared.
You take your Brill bag and put it in the Jacque box, and you shake it all around, and you throw it out. Kids, everybody now in the round.
State Democrats not happy about this legislation. Lawmakers say it is a way for Republicans to attack abortions and target miscarriages. State Senator LaTanya Johnson, Democrat from Milwaukee, says, I truly cannot emphasize enough how weird and evasive this bill is. Senator Jacque's excuse for forcing such grotesque overreach is to protect water quality. Let's be clear, there is absolutely no evidence to back that up. State Senator Kelda Roys, there is no basis in science for this kind of fear-mongering. And we've talked about this before, Dr. Lyerly. This is an effort to get rid of mifepristone.
It is.
Right?
And can you even imagine if you're suffering from a miscarriage and you choose, after talking to your healthcare provider, to medically manage your miscarriage? You are suffering. You're hurting. You are afraid. There's a lot of fear involved in this. And then you are physically, like, a miscarriage is not easy. Can you even imagine the shame, the humiliation associated with having to follow through with this? It is just another bill to insert fear and humiliation and shame and ugliness into our lives. And it is absolutely wrong. It's a parody of a bill.
Well, and the question I have too is, from just a whatever viewpoint you want to call it, but how do you even enforce this? How do you, do you have someone coming knocking at door saying, hey, have you filled your Jacque box lately? Hey, do you have enough Brill bags? But you know what? Just have the guts to say, and I say guts from not a respectful place, but just do what you want to do. Just try to make mifepristone illegal. Just do that, because you can't. You can't say that out loud, or all the things that come with it are not worth the time. Instead, you do this sort of convoluted junk.
Well, it's a go-around.
And you
This
paint
is just
it.
But this is just a little part of a much bigger picture, because there are many other attacks on mifepristone. There are, 6, I think, federal cases right now involving the FDA re-examining mifepristone, which was first approved by the FDA over 20 years ago. We've got 20 years of experience. We know how safe this medication is. It's safer than penicillin. It's 10 times safer than Viagra. So this is a medication that we know is safe and effective, and it makes a difference in people's lives, especially people who live in rural areas and don't have access to the surgical options, or can't get to the doctor, so they may order these medications online, which is absolutely safe. So it is not just this one bill here in Wisconsin. There are numerous attacks on mifepristone across the country. This is going to be a huge problem in the future.
If you're just joining us on Matt Nair on Air, Dr. Kristen Lyerly is our guest. She is host of the Dr. Kristen Lyerly Show, Saturdays and Sundays at noon across the network. We are talking about a measure brought forth by Republican Representative Lindy Brill in Wisconsin, the Clean Water for All Life legislation, essentially a go-around to try and make mifepristone illegal. Brill says her measure is not about targeting women who miscarry. It's about protecting life and water. Quote, "This is an issue of both environment and abortion. They're just choosing to ignore that part because it doesn't fit their narrative," unquote. Hey, Linz, you know what doesn't fit the narrative? PFAS. How about talking about that?
PFAS, lead pipe remediation. If you're serious about like pharmaceuticals getting into the water, let's talk about antibiotics. That's a huge problem, overprescribing antibiotics. So what we're going to end up with, and we already have is, well, we don't have enough treatments for gonorrhea. So people are suffering short and long-term consequences of gonorrhea, which is really disabling if you can't treat gonorrhea successfully. So if she's serious about clean water, let's solve this antibiotic problem so that gonorrhea doesn't become a problem later. How about that, Representative Brill?
Let's call her.
You should call her. My vote. And honestly,
pick up some Brill bags too while you're
some
there.
Brill bags. Also call Jacques Laroque, Jean St. Clair. What's his name?
Andre Jacque.
Thank you. Sorry,
Jacques
sorry.
Laroque.
All those French names come together to me. But yeah, call him too, because the problem I have is like, you expect me to take you seriously when you put forth legislation like this. And the question I wanted to ask you, Dr. Lyerly, is, I'm sure you see these sorts of bills coming forth all over the country. Is anything as, I'm sorry to say, dumb as this one? Are there other bills in other state houses that are trying to work around with this kind of ridiculousness? Or are they just at least saying, like, let's get rid of it? But, you know, Lindsey Brill's like, I have an idea, and it involves bags, lady.
Well, you know, they have a giant playbook.
Yeah.
And this is all coordinated nationally. And they look at who their people are in the different states and say, this one might work here. So Andre Jacque is known to be an anti-abortion person. He wants no abortion for any reason, including the life of the mother. I mean, that's how crazy he is. So when they have a ridiculous bill like that, they give it to these people. But when they have something that's really hostile and terrible, like the death penalty for getting an abortion, they do that in South Carolina. This is a whole big playbook where different things work in different places, and they know who their people are. This is very highly coordinated, and it is very deep.
And I would expect that we're going to start hearing more of this messaging also, because Republicans are really good at that, on handing out their talking points. This is how we're going to sell this issue. You've seen them do it with prices. It's hilarious. My Twitter feed is hilarious about all the Republicans talking about how cheap everything is. It is priceless.
Why don't you care about clean water? See, that's all they have to say. Why don't you care about clean water?
Because I'm a bad person.
Oh, okay.
I am bad.
All right.
Dr. Kristen Lyerly is our guest. We're going to continue our conversation on the other side. Stay close. You are listening to Matt Nair on Air. This is the Civic Media Radio Network.
You're listening to Civic Media. Stay up to date on the latest news and information for your local community and Wisconsin by signing up for our free email newsletter. Visit civicmedia.us/email to get started.
Good morning and welcome back to Matt Nair on Air. Jane Matt Nair, Greg Bach, Calvitini on the board, coming to you from our studio at Radio Park in Racine, where you can join us. Call or text at 855-752-4842. Leave a comment if you're watching on the live stream on Facebook, YouTube, and what used to be Twitter. Our friend and colleague and host of the Dr. Kristen Lyerly Show, Saturdays and Sundays at noon. Dr. Kristen Lyerly is our guest. Had a couple texts come in, Dr. Lyerly. Tiffany in River Falls, listening on WLAK in Amory. Is it plausible to make it a law that a bill can't be titled in such a misleading manner like this bill put forward by Lindsey Brill? I don't think so.
But then what would politicians do? That's their whole job.
Tell the truth? Oh, my God. That would really upend our political system.
That's the difference between policy and politics. Policy is the actual work that gets done. Politics is how you sell it to people.
Well,
and we have gotten so far away from reality. I mean, the lies with the Trump administrations, the lies just keep building on each other, and we have lost touch. We are untethered to reality right now.
I mean, I will give it, at least they didn't try to do one of these all caps loss. Like, because the thing is, like, what people maybe not remember is that the Patriot Act, Patriot stood for providing appropriate tools required to intercept and obstruct terrorism. They love doing this stuff. They make it seem so cool. And then you look at it, you're like, wait a minute. There's no study that shows this. There's no evidence behind this. No, they can call it whatever they want. And I was joking before, but I mean it. They're going to simply get in your face if you oppose this and say, why don't you care about clean water? And that is the end of their argument, because they don't work in long form nuanced discussion. It's about talking points, bite-sized sound bites,
short shots,
and saying, well, you don't care about water, I guess. No, I care about water, but I also care about facts, and you don't. So,
I mean, Lindy Brill literally has a source in the bill that has nothing to do with the bill. So they aren't, all they know is the headline. So here's what you can do.
Yeah.
Hold them accountable. Find real, truthful people like me, like others out there who actually care and who are talking about real life stuff, who can back up what we say with science and evidence and reality. And then find your legislator or your leader and hold them accountable, not just once. Remember, they're just regular people. They're not like on some pedestal. They're regular people. So hold them accountable for the things that they put out there. Hold them accountable for the actions that they are putting on us that are not in our best interest. We've been seeing this for over 15 years in Wisconsin. Republicans have been running roughshod all over the state, doing things, not funding police and school and things that are just so important to us as Wisconsinites because we aren't holding them accountable. We're allowing them to fool us. That's over.
Yeah. You can actually contact Lindsay Brill and ask her why she's not concerned about PFAS, which we know are a problem. How would I find her phone number, Greg Bach, if I was looking for that?
All you're going to do is go to myvote.wi.gov and put in your information, and you'll find out. Well, actually, you don't have to do. Actually, this is a Googleable thing because
you can Google
if she doesn't represent you, that's not going to come up. But I'll tell you this much: I will do this for you right now. I'll make it very easy and clear. I'll put this in the show notes. But her phone number is 608-237-9127. 608-237-9127, and get her soon because they're going on vacation for the rest of the year, and then next year is the 8-week working year.
Get her while she's still around.
Give her a call. Call Andre Jacque. Call your representatives and tell them that this cannot stand. I don't know how many. I'm trying to think of the word here. The viability, to use a term like this on this matter, will be in the assembly. Like, will they actually take it up? Or is she, once again, like with the Dropbox, performative, getting her name in the headline so she can go back to her district and say, look what I'm doing for you. I'm trying to clean the water. Not really. But it just feels like this is one where people are going to say, yeah, we'll get to that later.
My sense is that it is just performative, but I would encourage anybody out there to find out who their reps are, figure out how they vote, and hold them accountable. All of these people are on the ballot in November.
Yeah.
Andre Jacque is on the ballot. He happens to be my senator. He's going to be hearing from me a lot. He already does.
I bet he knows who you are. Yes, I bet he does.
If I'm looking correctly right now, really quick though, I'm looking at the Wisconsin State Legislature page. It looks like according to the article, they're introducing the bill. It hasn't been introduced yet. It's not on her web page on there. So it's not there yet because they didn't link it in the story. So it's something you should be on the lookout. You can go and see what she is putting forth on her website. Be aware of these things. But as of right now, it's not, quote, official.
Okay, well, we can let her know.
But we need to know about them.
Yes, we absolutely do. Real quickly, we got about 50 seconds left. What are you doing for Thanksgiving?
All the boys are coming
The
home.
boys are home.
Yay.
Yeah, I have to go pick the last one up from college today. So we're going to cook and be together and maybe play some games.
Do they help you
It's gonna
cook?
be amazing. They cook way better than I do.
Good job, Mom.
There it is. There it
Way
is.
to go.
They cook, I drink, everybody's happy.
That sounds like the perfect Thanksgiving recipe. It
Do you know
does.
how long I was in medical school and there's 4 of you? Give me more wine.
Dr. Kristen Lyerly is the host of the Dr. Kristen Lyerly Show. Check it out on weekends, Saturdays and Sundays at noon. Thank you so very much, my friend. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving to you guys.
Thanks.
See you later. News is coming up next when we return. A little audio sorbet. What makes you a Midwesterner? That's our question today. You are listening to Matt Nair on air on the Civic Media Radio Network. Good morning. Welcome back to Matt Nair on air. Jane Matt Nair, Greg Bach, our resident young person, Calvin, on the board with you, coming to you live from our home at Radio Park in Racine. Join us at 855-752-4842. That's 855-75-CIVIC. Or leave a comment if you're watching on the live stream on Facebook, YouTube, and what used to be Twitter. Coming up in just a little bit, we will end the show as we always do with This Shouldn't Be a Thing. Today, the Presto Changeo edition. Very excited about this. Right now, though, is the segment we call Audio Sorbet, where we get away from the news, talk about sillier things so we can all take a breath and get reoriented and have a little fun for a change. Today, the question for Audio Sorbet is, what makes you a Midwesterner?
Yeah.
What is it
Yeah.
that makes you a Midwesterner? 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. What makes you really Midwestern? I know there's things.
Yeah, there's definitely like points there, whether how you speak, your actions, what
Accent?
which it's one thing about the Midwestern thing is that people assume that everybody from the Midwest speaks like a small pocket of northern Wisconsin, Minnesota.
Or Cudahy.
Do they speak a certain way?
Cudahy.
What does that mean?
Cudahy?
I didn't realize
People
that.
who are from Cudahy will know what I mean. Or not. What makes you a Midwesterner? What is your Midwestern trait? Such as it is 855-752-4842. For me, I can't stop bragging about when I bought something on sale.
I remember you also saying you thought that was a woman thing too, and I truly think that crosses.
Do you? That it's more Midwestern across the board?
Yes, I absolutely believe that. I believe that it's anybody from the Midwest who understands the value of a value, they're going to tell you the moment you bring up whatever they have purchased.
Nice thing. Yeah, I got it on sale. That's what I do. I was at a very fancy schmancy luncheon many years ago, and there was a
How
woman,
fancy was the schmancy?
It was super schmancy.
Okay.
And the woman sitting next to me complimented me on my blouse, and I said, "Thank you. I got it on sale." And as the words were coming out of my mouth, I could see this look of horror on her face. Like I offered her a roadkill recipe or something. She was mortified. Like, why would you tell me you got it on sale? And I'm like, why are you not high-fiving me? I got a good deal. It's a victory. Why are you not celebrating with me?
I definitely, as I've gotten older, do bring up the sale aspect of it all. And I also like to tell you where I bought it from. Like,
I got it on sale from?
Exactly, yeah, because especially when it comes to anything having to do with like hardware or tools, because I love shop. I
know you love the hardware store.
I love Ace Hardware.
Okay.
I like local mom
Aces
and pop,
are great.
But we got two Aces. I'm in between two Aces, and I shop there before I shop anywhere else.
Torn between two Aces.
And I tell them, but not only do I tell them, Jane, that I bought an Ace, I say something like, they'll be like, "Oh, I really like that drill. I got it from the Ace on 80th."
Very specific.
Really good selection. Really good say. Oh, the trimmer, got that from the Ace on 30th. That's 22nd. It's on 22nd. I just want you to know that I know things.
And
that's
where I got the deal.
Which is Midwestern and very male.
So you can also share in that deal.
Absolutely.
What makes you a Midwesterner? 855-752-4842. Brett from Brown Deer, you're going to start it off. Thanks for joining us, Brett. What do you want to say?
Good morning. Good morning, guys. Oh, what a dream question for me. What makes me a yachter hate through and through?
Yeah.
You know, it could be the accent. It could be grilling brats while drinking Paps. Or it could be too many old fashions at the bar. But the one thing that always I notice about me and other Midwesterns, no matter where we are, we'll talk to you.
Yes.
We'll come up and talk to you. I remember being in an airport in Korea, and there's a whole bunch of people talking, and I hear them talking about Wisconsin. So I walked up and said, "You guys from Wisconsin?" They started laughing. We were all just a bunch of Wisconsin people who happened to talk to each other.
Oh, that is hilarious, Brett. I think you're right, though. We will chat with just about anybody when we're out in the wild.
I think that that's Bridget is. My wife will talk to anyone, anytime, and want to know everything about your life and really get in there and be like, you know, why are you going to this place and what do you do? And like and it is a fully, like, she is invested.
She's genuinely interested.
This is not a small talk thing of how's the weather. She
Right.
wants to know all about you. She wants to know if you're happy. She wants to know about your family. Meanwhile, I'm sitting there going, I will pull a dark bag over my head and pretend no one sees me.
Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me.
And it's not that I don't like people. It's just at some point, and I've mentioned this on the show before, I'm not good with small talk because I eventually just peter out. And I'm like, well, we have exhausted all those things.
Weather's over. What's left?
Yep. I'll put that's why noise canceling headphones are the best thing ever.
No one can contact you.
Oh, yeah.
Live in your own little world. Thank you so much, Brett. That is classic. Calvin, did you want to jump in on this?
Yeah, I will say my dad is the type that he can talk to anyone. I'm the opposite, but I think it's in an equally Midwest way. When my dad's talking to people out in the wild, I'm like, stop bothering them. They want to do their thing. They don't need some weird guy talking their ear off.
And there's something there, and there's something about the older Midwestern male kind of coming over and kicking the tires of the conversation, like, what you got going on over there?
How you doing over here?
Because the thing is, and I don't think I'm there yet. I feel like I have a solid 5 to 10 years before this happens. Because I feel like older Midwestern men want to know what's going on just so we can say, well, what you need to do is, and then we're going to offer you advice, whether we're qualified or not. We're going to tell you what we think you should be doing, and never in like a you're stupid or like you're a woman, you couldn't know that, you're kidding. We just want you to know that we know something, and we can help you.
Let me share what I know.
Jay, what's happening over there? You got a pen in your hand there.
You know what you should do with that pen?
You know what you should write down all the things you want to get done for the holidays. Like, I find that lists are great. See, okay, my grandpappy told me that lists are the gateway to success of the soul. They will do that.
That's very Midwestern.
Yeah.
What makes you Midwestern? 855-752-4842. Cindy from Appleton on the line. Good morning, Cindy. What you got?
Well, I love the cornfields and the hayfields. I love to watch the corn turn in from a little tiny thing all the way to an 8 to 10 foot tall plant. And I love the smell of alfalfa being turned into hay.
Wow. Okay. Well, all right.
All right.
That is very Midwestern.
I cannot identify that smell, but if it's anything like mown grass, that just is a good smell too.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
Thank you so much, Cindy. Appreciate it. What makes you a Midwesterner? 855-752-4842. Christine from Slinger, wearing shorts in November and grilling out in a snowstorm. Yes.
Someone was trying to, sometimes on the show, Jane and listeners, people are trying to talk to me about the show, and I'm trying to tell them stuff about the show we're doing currently. But I know that during the early part of the show, we got a text from somebody about this topic. Yes, Carol in Waukesha listening at WAUK said, yeah, no, nothing Midwestern about me.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
That's so perfect.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
No, yeah.
Julie from Wausau texting in, I don't just say my clothes were on sale. I'm proud to say I got them from Goodwill.
Yeah.
I care about the environment, so I don't buy new clothes. Good
There
for
you
you,
go.
Julie.
There you go. There
Just
you go.
don't tell that to any snooty women from New York because they're going to look at you like you're a pariah. What makes you a Midwesterner? 855-752-4842. John from Milwaukee joining us. Good morning, John.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Good. There it is, right? That's Midwestern. How you doing?
How you doing?
Good. I would say, I guess, my feeling of Midwesternness would stem from just my gravitation towards beer, cheeseburgers.
It's a whole food orientation.
Right.
Yeah.
Just the general,
Yeah.
I mean, kind of social hospitality and all that stuff. I'd say,
Wonderful.
kinda, yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
Appreciate it, John.
Thanks for calling. I mean, and that's the thing is this is nothing exclusive to Midwesterners. There's a lot of cultures but food for us is a very family thing. It's like, you're going to come over around 4, bring a dish to pass. We really need an app or we need like a dessert. And there's a community in that. And we commune over our food and then we eat way too much food. And then we go, oh God, I ate too much food. I got to clean the garage later. And then new conversations are coming through and it's great. 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. What makes you a Midwesterner? Carmela from Milwaukee. I moved to Milwaukee from Philadelphia 50 years ago when I was 11. My first thing was understanding what a bubbler was. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Then in my 20s, I moved to Reno, and I became a true cheesehead before it was even a thing with the Packers. On a visit home, I brought cheese back for my friends. I was also going to say I just pretty much talked to everybody.
Yeah.
Wisconsin proud.
Wisconsin proud. I love it. Well, I do know this too, and correct me if I'm wrong, but bubbler actually is even regional in Wisconsin. It's mostly the eastern southeastern portion. But it's also the right way to call it. It's like water fountain. What are you, like, raised in antiquity?
I had done a broadcast from Nashville many, many years ago. And we went around and just asked people on the street what a bubbler was.
Yeah.
Oh, there were some really interesting responses.
You know, I need some cash, guys. Can you point me in the way of the time machine, please? I need to get to the time machine. I will say this, too, and I know that Charlie Barron's has made this very, very popular in the past few years, and it's become very much indicative of the culture of specifically Wisconsin. I don't think that ope makes you, like, I didn't know ope was a thing.
To me, that's more of a Minnesota thing.
Well, I mean, I see T-shirts and hats and sayings and social media saying "ope." I'm like, I don't say that. My family never said that.
Maybe it's a more northern Wisconsin
I don't know,
thing.
but yeah, exactly. Because I'm like,
we're not open around here.
We're not open around. I mean, the store's open, but I'm not open.
No.
I'm not open.
Tony on the live stream. I will only talk to people if there is an old fashioned involved.
Brandy, old fashioned.
Fair enough. Yeah, brandy. Yeah. 855-752-4842. Ollie from the Northwoods, you get the final tip on this. Ollie, what makes you a Midwesterner?
Well, I think the oofta and you betcha
Mm-hmm.
get it. And I always said pop when the kids were little. And for some reason, I changed when I got later in life to soda, and I got reamed out from my daughter.
That's a regional thing too, though. The pop versus soda
how
is.
Dare you say soda?
Right.
How dare your daughter be wrong, Ollie?
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ollie. Appreciate it. And finally, PJ on the live stream says, "Hey, we know what cow tipping is."
I had a teacher in high school who said that it's physically impossible to tip a cow.
Well, now you just laid a gauntlet.
Well, good luck with your shoulder.
Thanks, everybody, for taking part in Audio Sorbet today. That was a lot of fun.
We also didn't say one major part of being Midwestern is almost debilitatingly not able to cause any sort of inconvenience. Like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I apologize. I'm just trying to sneak past. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to ask. Pretend this didn't happen.
Okay.
We're so polite.
We're
so polite.
Well, we were more polite. Anyway, yes.
Okay, Grandma.
So when we return, back in my day, we're going to wrap up the show with This Shouldn't Be a Thing, the Presto Changeo edition. Stay with us. You're listening to Matt Nair on Air. This is the Civic Media Radio Network.
You're listening to Civic Media. Find the latest news, information, and archives of all your favorite shows on the Civic Media website, civicmedia.us.
Welcome back to Matt Nair on Air. Jane Matt Nair, Greg Bach, Cavitini on the board, coming to you from our studio at Radio Park in Racine. Join us at 855-752-4842. Leave a comment if you're watching on the live stream on Facebook, YouTube, and what used to be Twitter. Coming up tomorrow, the Wednesday before Thanksgiving.
What is that? Oh, that's... College kids call that Blackout Wednesday.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
You come home on Wednesday and then you go out drinking with your friends.
Put your
Wednesday
bags down
night.
and be like, oh, God, well, I'll be
Gotta
back
go.
later. I'll be back in the morning for Thanksgiving prep. Yeah.
Yep. Coming up tomorrow, we're going to talk to Liz Panicotti of Groundwork Collaborative.
Nice.
Going to be talking about Fair Maps, I believe.
Nope, not Fair Maps. Fair Maps is next.
Is next week.
Yeah, it's in a few weeks. We're gonna...
In hour number 2, Dr. Gabriel Velez is going to join us to talk about teens and technology. This will be an important conversation.
Yeah.
Especially right before the holidays when you're there at Thanksgiving dinner and half the table is on their phones.
Yeah. Liz Pancotti from Groundwork Collaborative will be talking to us about prices, inflation,
That's right.
affordability.
The cost
things
of Thanksgiving.
Yeah, the cost of Thanksgiving. And let no one tell you differently. The cost of Thanksgiving has not gone down.
No, it hasn't. We will be here on Thanksgiving Day, by the way. Greg and Calvin and me going to do a live show, and I hope you will have us on in the background as you're getting things together in the kitchen, getting your feast ready for Thanksgiving Day. We will be live from 9 until 11. Pat Kreitlow is also going to join us from 9:30 to 10:30 on Thursday. Going to talk about all things holiday related and Thanksgiving related. It should be a lot of fun. So
I'm sure there'll be some discussions. I'm sure there'll be some back and forths. And
there may be.
What if we have mocktails? What if we do some mocktails during the show?
Oh,
that's a good
That's
idea.
a great
I
idea.
have such great
You
ideas.
do. Now we just have to make it happen.
Well, I just get some NA beer. That's a mocktail.
All right. It is just about 10:55, Calvin. That means it's time for...
This shouldn't be a thing.
If you ever find a thing you think this should not be, send it in to Greg and me at janesays at civicmedia.us, JANESAYS, Jane Says at civicmedia.us. Calvin found this one from the Register. Richard Speed has the byline, magician forgets password to his own hand after RFID chip implant. It's important to have your login ready, literally. Ziteng Wang, a magician who implanted an RFID chip in his hand, admitted he lost access to it because he forgot his password. Sounded like a good idea at the time. Getting this chip implanted in your hand makes it easier to do magical stuff with it, but didn't turn out that way. Ziteng Wang says, turns out that pressing someone else's phone to my hand repeatedly, trying to figure out where their phone's RFID reader is, really doesn't come off as super mysterious and magical and amazing.
Sir, you are doing a disservice to an already maligned art form that is magicianry, all right? When you come in and you're like, oh, sorry, my technology doesn't work, you've not only given away your secret, you also make people go, literally, this is what they're saying. What?
There are people who don't even have their phone's RFID reader enabled. I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, let's, you know what, let's do this. You keep talking.
In the end, Z says he rewrote the chip to link to a meme. So if you ever meet me in person, you can scan my chip and see the meme. Not everything is working out. Z said, when I tried to rewrite the chip, I was horrified to realize I forgot the password I locked it with.
So an RFID chip or tag is a tiny electronic device that uses radio waves to store and transmit data wirelessly to an RFID reader. Now, here's the other thing, too. Imagine just walking up to someone and saying, hey, put your phone on my hand.
Right.
Watch the magic.
It's a trick. It's a trick.
Again, magicians are a maligned group of artists. I said artists, but you got just some guy coming at you saying, hey, you got a phone? You want to put it on my appendage? Let's see something great here. Magic.
Z says, techie friends I've consulted with have determined that it's too dumb and simple to hack. The only way to crack it is to strap on an RFID reader for days to weeks on end, brute forcing every possible combination. So again, he forgot the password to the chip and now can't activate this chip.
Maybe all of your friends who are, well, you said all my hacker friends, maybe those friends should have told you that was a dumb idea before you did it. Also, who's going to hack it? What am I going to do? I'm going to hack your book of magic tricks? Oh, boy. The rings. Oh, boy. A rope.
Write down your passwords.
Just for something like this, just make it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Don't do that.
Are we accessing his bank details? It's
a chip in his hand.
Yeah, so what? It's a thing.
Can you imagine if someone accidentally did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and activated the chip in his hand?
Yeah, then he'd be an interesting magician to witness.
That wraps up today's episode of
This Shouldn't Be a Thing.
Thank you, Greg and Calvin and all of our engineers and everyone at Civic Media, because without you, nothing works. And thank you most of all for calling and texting and watching on the live stream and for listening. It means the world. I hope you find some joy today and you get the chance to share it. Keep it right here. We have news coming up next. Have a wonderful day. We will see you tomorrow.
The national news cycle never stops, but it can be hard to find news about your local community. Civic Media is dedicated to providing quality local and state news coverage across Wisconsin. With the Civic Media app, you can get notifications about local stories that matter to you and your community. Find the free Civic Media app in your phone's app store and choose notifications from the menu to tell us what kind of news you want to hear about.